everybody? Welcome to week 42 here on the 52 Horrific Weeks in 1981 series. I am your host, Mood616, and thank you once again for joining me here. So yeah, week 42, got about 10 weeks left. So what I did is I put the remaining films into the randomizer, hit that random button, of course, like I've done all year round, and Scanners popped up. That's right. The film that kind of, I guess, broke out David Cronenberg's career. I mean, Cronenberg had done a couple films prior to this. I think this was kind of the major breakout film for him. A very, very unique film. Just idea, the general idea of this film is pretty unique and cool. But yeah, most people consider this movie pretty much a classic. It's, very well done film by one of my favorite directors of all time, David Cronenberg. Not just because he's Canadian like myself, but I think he's just one of the most unique directors. He's done some really bizarre films, and this one just kind of falls into that category too. Not as weird as some of his films, but very cool idea. Alright, so getting into the plot of this one. You got a corporation by the name of Consec. They basically deal in national security and things like that. And they are fully aware of scanners, that, these mutated people that are called scanners. Scanners have like telepathic and telekinetic powers and stuff. They can, read people's minds and, and basically harm other people too. They have a doctor working for them. He's basically there to study the scanners and kind of, eventually down the line get some scanners working for them so they can, having the scanners on their side is better for them because they're about national security. But of course, it doesn't really work that way. You've got a character by the name of Cameron Revoke, or something rather. Anyway, Michael Ironside's character in the film, he infiltrates Consec and basically, explodes some dude's head. He's like an assassin for like this underground kind of terrorist division of these scanners. He basically wants to, wage war against like the normal people and stuff like that. So Consec is now basically under fire, and now it's just a big threat to them. Michael Ironside's, terrorist group. So what they do is they go out and they find a scanner that they can, basically convert into like a good scanner and use him to, infiltrate their, Michael Ironside's underground scanner gang and just end the threat, by using this guy, which is played by Stephen Lack. He goes by the name of Cameron Vale in the film. And so they train him up to become this good scanner and to infiltrate this underground threat to Consec and the national security of the country. Basically, I'll just leave the plot right there. Of course, this is directed by David Cronenberg, and there's something about David Cronenberg films that is just so eerie. It's the way he writes his films, the way he films them. There's just something so cool about it that just always seems to work. I don't know, just the story and the plot and the premise of this film is very cool. It's such a scary idea, not being able to control a situation. If you're in a situation with a scanner, someone with telepathic powers or telekinesis or whatever, that's a scary thought because you can't defend yourself. I mean, because they can get you from anywhere. I think it's a very, very cool idea and premise for a film. Michael Ironside, who plays, the bad guy in this film, he's just so perfect for the role because, everybody in the horror community knows Michael Ironside and how much of a presence he is on screen and how he's just so evil looking. He's just so perfect for the role. They couldn't have picked anybody better to play that role. But yeah, David Cronenberg's writing and just all the plot twists and turns in this film towards the end are very cool. I've seen this movie so many times that, I can't really remember the first time I watched it and like how surprised I was by the plot turns and twists and stuff. But it's still fun to watch. It's a great film and it has lots of replay value. I think if they made this movie today, there'd be a lot more head explosions in this. But, I think the end battle between the two scanners, not really giving anything away, but I think it's really, really brilliantly done. I think the effects that David Cronenberg used are just fantastic for the time. Just such a cool scene. Absolutely love it. And you know, there's actually quite a few deaths in this movie. A lot of shotgun blasts, and you know, the body count in this film is actually relatively high. You know, for a film with so much story and plot, but yeah, it's just it's a really cool idea. It's too bad the sequels are really as abysmal as they are. I'm not a fan of part 2 or 3. I think part 2 is decent. I find it actually quite boring though, and part 3 is just fucking horrendous. I honestly I can't get into those movies. They're pretty bad. But you know, overall, I don't think it's, you know, I think a perfect film. I think that's, you know, I think there's a couple things that probably could have been done a little different in the film. But you know, that's just me. I think that I don't know. I don't know. You know, for me, it's basically like an 8.5 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10. I think it's a really well done film. I just wish that there was more. I always thought that I always wish that there was more of the, you know, the scanning deaths and stuff in the film. That's kind of my only little fucking, you know, issue with the film, is that I wish there was more scanner deaths. You know, just people blowing, more heads exploding and shit like that. But you know, it's just a little thing. But you know, it's just overall, it's just a fucking great movie, great story, everything, great effects, classic from David Cronenberg. If you've never seen this, definitely check this movie out. I think there's like a UK Blu-ray release of this. I'm not even sure, but yeah, this is just the MGM release. Pretty bare bones, just nothing on here. So nice transfer, nice anamorphic widescreen transfer and stuff. So, but yeah, Scanners. I don't know what else to say about it. Most people have seen this movie. They know about all the classic scenes and shit. And it's just a interesting story. It really is cool. But yeah, Scanners for week 42 on the 81 series. Yeah, like I said, we got about 10 weeks left, so we're getting right down to it, and getting pretty excited. So, anyways, I'm done for this week. Mood616 signing off. Thank you for watching and subscribing, as usual. Peace out, homies.